Alright, what is going on, guys? I wanted to go ahead and bring you my updated Shaddoll deck profile. Now, I know I've been gone for about a week and a half now. Went to New York, saw some friends, and I actually picked up all my old cards. So I brought just a small amount of them with me, but I was able to go ahead and pick up my Trickstar cards, which is something that I definitely wanted to go ahead and use to update the Shaddoll deck profile that I had previously posted. The previous one, it was more with Perform Mage. It worked a lot with Trick Clown and Hat Tricker to go ahead and get more summons out. Now this one's going to be focused a lot more around the Trickstar engine, and of course using its ability to always post up the exact same board, something that Trickstar did very well back when it was the prominent deck about 2 years ago. So having that recursion, having that ability to always bring out the exact same board over and over again, it's just been so powerful, and so I think it still stands to this day as the most consistent deck that I've ever played, not in history, but that I've ever played. Without further ado, guys, go ahead and get right into it. The Trickstar Shaddoll deck. Now, first, we're going to start, of course, you got to play the triple Candina. Candina is your main search card for Trickstars, as on summon you can go ahead and add one Trickstar card from your deck to your hand. It can be trap, spell, or monster. It's not a heavy Trickstar lineup. Of course, we only played the 2 Carabane, I should say. It does let you get over any big monsters, but mainly we're going to use her for her special summon ability to go ahead and put another monster on board. Also, all 5 of these are still light, so it still lets you go ahead and go into your construct plays. So that's pretty much it for the Trickstar lineup. Very quick, small lineup. Next, to go right into the Shaddolls, we have 3 Reshaddol Wendy, we have 3 Squamata, 2 Hedgehog, 1 Beast, 1 Ariel, and the Lonely Kaios. Kiaios, however you want to say his name. Of course, Reshaddol Wendy, very standard. You got to play her at 3. She's really good. Will special summon anything when she's sent to the grave. Any Shaddoll, I should say. Squamata is your Foolish Burial. Hedgehog is going to add anything to your hand. Beast is just the one you send when you want to gain a bit more card advantage. Ariel is your main combo piece that you never want to draw, but for some reason, every single time I take this deck to locals, I always hard draw her, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. But it's fine. It's only play at 1. I would never play at anything more. And then, of course, Kaios. A lot of people, like I said, don't like this deck. A lot of people, not the deck. A lot of people don't like this card. Some people are all for this card. I am personally all for it because it is a searchable light target still. So that's it for the Shaddoll lineup. Like I said, I just want to make this very quick for you guys. Next, of course, you have your supporting cast. Your triple mathematician. Triple mathematician is an amazing starter card. It's just another Foolish Burial with the Shaddoll deck that, you know, the more Foolish Burials you can play, the better, I always say. So definitely max out on the Squamatas, the mathematicians, anything that sends cards to the grave. Then, of course, you play your hand trap lineup and play 3 Veiler, 2 Ghost Ogre. Now you can always, of course, play Ash. You can, of course, play the Cyframe Gamma, which I was trying in this deck as well, which is really cool, going off some synchro plays. But I really just want to go ahead and stick with this lineup for right now. I feel like a lot of decks using their monster effects, so I want to go ahead and just negate whatever it is that they're using. And with some decks that are coming out right now, I do also just want to get their monsters off the board as quickly as possible, so Ghost Ogre comes in handy with that as well. And I believe you can also Ghost Ogre the Zeus whenever they activated the AA Zeus, that new card came out. So just another way to just get around these problematic monsters. Just go ahead and pop it, get rid of it, or any other card that activates on the field. And then we are also have to play the Dragoons in here, so gotta play the 1 Red Eyes and the 1 Dark Magician. Yes, I do have them now. A good friend of mine gave some to me for my birthday. Actually, he gave me the gold rare, but I did bring some other ones as well. Anyway, also Dragoon's very strong, and the main issue with Shaddoll being that it itself has never been a very powerful deck to play just by itself. So it needs to have that supporting cast. It needs to have the Trickstar to give it more consistency, and then the Dragoon just to give it that extra bit of power and strength. I think combos very well. Next, we're going to play triple Shaddoll Fusion, triple El Shaddoll Fusion, double polymerization, and 1 red ice fusion, right? Of course, you need this for your dragoons. Super poly is still an amazing disruptor, and then your 6 Shaddoll cards. So we have 9 polymerization fusion targets, so you can go ahead and make it as consistent as possible. Also, 6 of these are searchable, so it should be no problem at all. Well, actually, they're all searchable with the Verte we play in the extra deck. Next, of course, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 E-Telly, and your last Trickstar card, 1 Trickstar Light Stage. Now, Light Stage, of course, is such an amazing interruption. It disrupts your opponent's back row and is able to search any Trickstar to your hand, so very consistent. Teleport's amazing to go ahead and be able to go ahead and special summon your Wendy from the deck. And Foolish Burial is just overall an amazing card to go ahead and get your monsters into the graveyard. Now, that's it for the spell lineup, guys. The last 2 cards I play is 2 Shaddoll Incarnation. Now, I do want to go ahead and switch this out for a Schism, like I said in my previous one. I haven't been able to get one just yet because I haven't had time to go local with me going to, New York and everything that's been going on right now. But definitely I'll play 1 Schism and 1 Incarnation. However, if you want to play 2 of these, it's still not a bad idea, regardless. And that is it. We got a 40 card main deck lineup, guys, and next we're going to go ahead and go right into the extra deck. Extra deck, of course, as far as the Shaddoll cards, is going to be very standard. You play 2 Construct, well, standard for me anyway. 2 Construct, 2 Winda, 2 App Cologne, and that's pretty much it as far as the Shaddoll fusions. I did mess around with El Shaddoll Grista a little bit, but it really didn't seem as consistent. That's when I was playing like the Ash boss of the deck. I have more fire targets, but this is really all you need as far as your Shaddoll lineups really go. If you summon all 6 of these monsters and if for some reason you haven't won the deck yet, the duel yet, then something else went wrong. Then of course you play your 1 super poly target. Your Starving Venom Fusion Dragon actually got me out of a lot of really tough situations, so really it's been very difficult to cut him. He's been really an all-star of the deck. And of course you play your 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon as a standard, right? And that's pretty much it for the fusion monsters. Next we're going to go to the links. You play the 1 Gravity Controller, the 1 Cross Sheep, the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, Power Plant Verte Anaconda, the Crusadia Avermax, and 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. This deck really struggles with having interruption on your opponent's turn. It's really good at having like a blanket effect like a Winda or a Construct in specific scenarios, Winda being the most effective so far, but it really struggles with having that interruption on your opponent's turn, and that's where the Appaloosa comes into play. That's where the Red Eyes Dragoon comes into play. These cards come into play, and also the last card, of course, the Tornado Dragon. Now, of course, you can go ahead and put in a number 41 Baguska or an Abyss Dweller in here instead. Abyss Dweller I don't recommend playing just because it does really hurt your deck, this deck as well. So you never want to play cards that's going to damage you as either. But I think Tornado Dragon gives it that ability to go ahead and get rid of problematic cards on the field. So this is what I'm running right now as far as my Trickstar Shaddoll deck profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you guys would take out, what you guys would keep in. And yeah, let's go ahead and start the discussion, guys. But this is what I'm sticking out right now. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you on the next one.